Develop a strategy. As part of that strategy, assess your own competencies and your own capabilities. Assess your team's competencies and capabilities. If they are weak, you need to resolve that. You can't grow the business by yourself if you want to be growing. So build a team. Think of fundraising as a strategy. Don't just think of fundraising as, let me go talk to the bank and go talk to an investor and we're haphazard. Build a strategy. What's my story? Who is my market? Who is the guy I want to partner with? What kind of money do I need? Be very clear, because if you're a social business, then build a strategy around that. If you're an agri-business, build a strategy around that, right? If you're a service business, build a strategy around that, right? With Andy's business, I'm not sure any impact investor is going to be interested in it because it's a resource business, right? It's got chemicals in it, it's got all these things. Maybe not, but you know, a big growth business might be interested. A pure commercial player might be interested because of market. If you want equity, you got to think about valuation. Run the numbers, see what the valuation looks like, and be ready for that negotiation. Surround yourself with some good people, because especially if you want growth capital. Good board, a strategic advisor, coach, right? Bring in a good lawyer. Make sure they read the terms and agreements. If you're signing anything, even a debt agreement. You know, get a tax advisor if you need to open up your books and clean up and be ready for investor. Make sure you think about those things. If you bring on an investor, especially equity investor or long-term investor, think about onboarding. What will it take for them to come on board, right? How do I prepare? Not just signing the deal, but the day you sign, the next day you're sleeping with them. So, have you got a good boardroom? What reports do you need to prepare for? What information? So be ready for that, because I've seen a lot of deals go bad because nobody has done good onboarding. And there's confusion from day one. Even though I've got the money in the bank, there's a lot of confusion. What do they want? How would I prepare for board meetings? And then things get a bit hairy. And you don't want to start on a bad footing. So raising funds takes time. Is a bit expensive. You have to be willing to negotiate, and it's a bit of an art more than a science, right? So you've got to really think about it. PE equity investors, the funds we are talking about, you know, it's a very expensive. They want big deals, and it takes a long time for them to close. So manage your expectations. Manage your expectations, right? Maybe impact investors for some of you might be interesting, because they're more patient, they're more tolerant, they like the impact story. That doesn't mean they're going to undermine the commercial sense of it, but they might be interested in being more patient. In some cases, grants might be important. If you're doing something that's interesting from solar or new hybrid technologies in farming, there are grant providers out there. In Kenya, we are lucky we have a lot of grant, but be careful of grant. It's not free money.